Tommy, how's training been this week ahead of the visit of Tamworth on Saturday?
Well, the lads returned well from the Tuesday night game. It was a really good encounter against Fulham, but everybody came through it with flying colours in terms of their fitness. Obviously, the sad news is Ashley Akpan's season looks like it's done. And we wait surgery for him. Unfortunately, his knee, there's some damage in there. But the club looked after him very quickly and made sure that it was diagnosed, and he's already on the road to recovery. But I'm disappointed for Ashley. I think his breakthrough season's been something he can look back at and be really proud of. But we have to move on quickly because, like you said, game tomorrow. But other than Ashley, everybody's trained really well Thursday and Friday.
We're looking at Tamworth, obviously. The world have kind of seen what they've been up to, haven't they, with their game against Tottenham? And can we maybe do better than Tottenham and beat them in 90 minutes this weekend?
We do well to do better than Tottenham. They won the game 3-0. But listen, they've got a real identity, and you've got to give them real credit for the way that they persevere and believe in what they do. Ours is a different identity, and so it's a clash, I would have said, of styles somewhat. But ultimately, at this stage of the season, I think everybody will agree with me. That it's all about results. You've got to try and do what you can do to get a result, and that's what we'll be trying to do. Obviously, with the backing of the faithful down at the EBB, we'd like to think that will help us. We had a real good game with them up there, and we were one of the first to go there, and we were sort of scoffed at a little bit when we were beaten by the odd goal in 5. And I remember saying to the staff and to the board upstairs after the game that they'll beat teams for fun at the land. And so it doesn't surprise me that they've had a great season, and we congratulate them on their excellent FA Cup run. We did that the year before, and we all know what happened to us after the FA Cup run.
Do you think there'll be a different animal away from home, or is it just were we expecting a bit more of the same?
Well, I think they believe in what they do. I don't think they'll change too much. They've got good footballers. They've got good intelligence. They've got a lot of experience. So once they go over that white line, I'm sure Andy's very, very confident in that the game plan is usually stuck to. So it's up to us to try and impart our will on them. And me more than most know that when obstacles are stuck in front of you, you've got to find a way over them, and that's what we've got to do.
We're looking at ourselves. We're coming into this with a very nice little unbeaten run going. We've spoken, haven't we, about turning those wins into draws, and having got 2 wins on the bounce now in the league and the National League Cup. Do you think we've got a bit more confidence in being able to do that?
Yeah, I think there's confidence right through the group. At the end of the day, any negativity that has been bandied about certainly hasn't been from inside the football club. The lads are on a decent run. Like you said, I think we've actually only we've lost the same amount of games, I think, as we've drawn the same amount of games as teams in the top 6. There's not many teams in the same area of the league as us that have scored the goals we've scored, and there's a lot of statistics and numbers that I could reel out to you that you would think, that's really good. But some people choose to look at the negativity and that we didn't win the games that we drew. We've only lost 2 games all season by more than 1 goal. So it tells you that we're in every game, or we try to be in every game. And if we can't win it, then we try not to lose it. So our mantra has always been, we try and be on the front foot as much as we can. And there's 11 men trying to stop you every Saturday and Tuesday. And we've got to find a way of, between now and the end of the season, winning the games that we've drawn historically and not losing the ones that we have lost, and try and get something out of them.
You talk there, it's basically almost a nearly thing, isn't it, this season so far? Do you think maybe going into the second half of the season we can push on now and stop the nearly?
Well, I think the belief's growing because there's more and more the players that are here now, that's including the ones who we've added recently. I think they've fitted in seamlessly in that respect. But a lot of lads have had game time. Like I said in the previous interview, that we've had to change the team a lot more than what we probably wanted to. Some have been long-term injuries, some have been niggly injuries, but we just seem to have not had a settled back line. So if we can, that's something that I think every coach and staff want. You want to be able to pin your hat on 3 or 4 lads down the spine of your team. And that's been difficult for us. But look, we've got however many games we've got left, 17, 18 games in the league, and we're still in 3 cup competitions, so there's a hell of a lot to play for, and there's nothing but positive vibes around the training ground.
Well, you mentioned about being settled, but it's going to be tricky this weekend, isn't it? When people start coming back from injuries, obviously we've just lost Ash, haven't we, which is unfortunate, but the lads in the central, that's getting stronger, isn't it, with Luke coming back this week? So, it's going to be tricky to be settled, isn't it, when you've got all these players fighting for places.
Without making it trivial, I said to the lads after training on Friday, the headache that I've got tonight going to bed is the headache that I want to have, the headache that I had about 7 weeks ago that I didn't know what it was. I don't want that one back. So give me this headache any day of the week.